Welcome Pinellas County, whenever and wherever you're watching this program. And a special welcome to the residents of Redington Beach, as this is the candidate forum for the mayor of Redington Beach. My name is Ken Reed. I'll be your moderator tonight. This forum is facilitated by the League of Women Voters in the St. Petersburg area. The League of Women Voters has been celebrating 100 years of informing voters and protecting democracy. Please visit 411.org for complete and unbiased information on voting and the candidates. The League's rules are intended to provide all candidates with equal and fair representation. Candidate Fred Steierman has agreed to participate and will answer our questions. The League solicited questions from Redington Beach residents last week. Now, I will ask the candidate a series of questions. He will have 1 minute to respond, and at the conclusion of the questions, he will be given a 2-minute allotted time to then give closing statements. And also on behalf of the League of Women Voters St. Petersburg area, I want to express our appreciation for the dedication the candidates give when they sacrifice time from their families and from their work to participate candidates in the local elections. Since we're in a recorded format, we cannot take any questions from the audience. Please note that the views expressed by the candidate do not represent the views of the League of Women Voters or the League of Women Voters for the St. Petersburg area. And as a reminder, candidate Will decided not to appear in our forum tonight. Now let's get to the candidate. Please welcome our candidate, Fred Steierman. Fred, welcome this evening.
Thank you.
All right. Now, Fred, we're going to get right to the questions because, of course, you're the star on the show tonight. We're going to make sure we get a chance to get to know a little bit about you and also the issues at hand, okay?
Yes.
All right. Now, our first question is this. In your opinion, what is the purpose of government and why do you want to be in it?
I believe that the purpose of government is customer service, to be the go-between between a resident and all the systems that are in place for them to get the answers. I want to be in it. I've been a commissioner in Redington Beach for 14 years, 2 years before that on the Board of Adjustments. In Massachusetts, I was a town meeting member. I believe it's important to represent my residents and everyone in town to the best of my ability.
Thank you so much. When you're making a decision, what sources of information do you use?
Well, most decisions are made while we sit at the dais and we have staff reports. I do my research online, try to get as informed as I can about the technical points on questions that are something that I don't deal with every day. I think preparing and your education is key. On other issues, you're going with your gut, or to be honest with you, some decisions are made when you're putting your kids to sleep. From the heart, how you feel, and more importantly, how you think it relates to them in the future.
Very good, thank you. What is your position on mask wearing and why do you support that decision?
Mask wearing is very close to my heart. My wife is the administrator of a long-term care facility, and it's just a given. It's if you're of the opinion where it doesn't matter to you, the mask protects the people around you. Having 5 kids, 1 at college, 2 sons in their 20s. I have a teacher in Orlando. It's important to all of us. My son, who is in the Navy, is constantly talking about the mask mandates out there. Again, for my own personal safety, it's a given. And more importantly, to make people safe around you. I think it's just silly not to.
Great. Now, this may be a rather complicated question, so I'm going to give you the opportunity to maybe whittle it down to one issue. But the question was given as, what are the top three issues that you as mayor think you need to address?
A number one issue is the lawsuits that Redington Beach is involved in from beachfront residents who want to own the sand behind their house. I push to get a consulting attorney to help our attorney in the appeal because we lost the first round of lawsuits. There's another lawsuit that's out there. If we win our appeal, that puts that to bed. So for me, the most important issue facing Redington Beach is access to the beach and keeping our customary use of the beach for all the residents. Number two is stormwater. Needless to say, with the recent flood out here, our stormwater projects are very important. Stormwater is something that we've dealt with in Redington Beach forever. Our latest round of our improvements are being planned right now between 162nd Street past 103rd on Redington Drive. We are putting in wasp stop valves at all the outflow pipes in that area with a combination of under draining and culverts to relieve the water that is on the street. There's just no two ways about it. We live on an island and we have to prepare for the future.
Okay, Fred, I'm going to have to cut you off there. It's only a minute for response. Like I said, it might be a little tight on three issues, so appreciate that.
That's right.
Okay, great. In fact, this may bleed right over into you continuing this. What do you think is a key problem for Redington Beach, and what would you as mayor do to change that?
Along with the two we just talked about, I think the next pending problem is communication between permitting, which we outsource, and going through our comprehensive plan, moving forward. We have issues in responsiveness. We've got a great staff at Town Hall, and communication between our services for the town and our City Hall staff is something that I think is a priority and needs to be addressed to make us more responsive.
You know, I'm going to ask a follow-up question just because I'm curious for myself. This did not come from your constituents. How many people live in Redington Beach? I'm just kind of curious the population there.
I think the population is around 1650, I believe.
Okay, all right. So it's a sizable population.
Yes, so we're quite a group.
And now, what makes you the most qualified candidate for this seat?
Needless to say, I believe that my experience after, again, 14 years on the commission, 2 on the Board of Adjustments, I've lived in Redington Beach since 1999. I believe that my experience in that role in town government is huge. I am also a realtor and I do property development. I've built 2 homes in Redington Beach, both FEMA compliant homes. So my experience building the FEMA compliant homes is really the experience of the future. Also, with that, I built one of those homes with a FEMA grant, FEMA flood mitigation grant. That gave me the experience to help other residents do so. We got 7 FEMA grants that year that I initiated with the staff at Town Hall, which raised 7 homes in Redington Beach. Every home that we raise helps our CRS rating, and that helps every resident on their insurance rates. Also, new construction helps property values for everybody and also helps our tax base. So, okay. 1 minute.
Very good. Yeah, good. It's a hard thing to get used to, I know, but I appreciate your.
I'll be a pro.
I know, right? By the time you're in,
I'll be sitting next to you next time.
That'd be great. Now, I know this is a complicated issue, and but I think you know, a lot of this starts at the local level. As mayor, how are you going to address the issue of maintaining low rates of positive COVID-19 testing against the needs of local businesses?
Well, Redington Beach is unique in the sense that we only have two local businesses. Again, I think it's common sense. I think people should be aware of what's going on and involved with their personal protection on their to themselves. At Town Hall, we actually renovated Town Hall during COVID and added petitions between the commissioners, spacing for the residents. We require, which is tough because some people don't agree with it, but we require masks at all our meetings. The podium from where the residents speak is also petitioned and social distance. We have moved our attorney and town staff to a different table, and on the other side, our permitting and building table. So again, social distancing, wearing your masks, and again, I think it's more of a personal thing here, being that we have limited businesses.
So I'm going to ask the next question. It may be moot for your area, but since it was posed to us, I'll pose it to you. The hospitality and tourism industries have been impacted by the pandemic. How would you help individuals affected by these layoffs?
That is something that doesn't affect Redington Beach that much. But again, I think by being conscious of the safe distancing, the masks, I think by just showing that we are aware of what's going on and we're here to protect the tourists who come. I think maybe in the hotels. I went to New York recently on family matters, and it was striking how different and aware they were to how we are here in Florida. It wasn't a choice. You had a mask on wherever you went, and they were serious about it. I think that we need to show people who are coming from different areas that maybe have different rules and are more serious about this, that we are on their side and we're doing everything we can to protect them.
Right. Okay. What do you view as the most important environmental issue facing Redington Beach now? And how do you plan to address that?
Environmentally, the most important issue would be the obvious rise of the intercoastal and what we find on the beach. I have lived in my house here on Redington Beach for 20 years. This most recent storm was the first time I ever had water over my seawall. In the past 5 years, I've had water in my garage twice. Coming over the seawall, you're not going to help that. We can't fight that. But for the sunny day storms with the king tides and the moons, I believe that the steps we're taking with the wasp stop valves and the under draining will be a huge help. On the beach, we don't receive replenishment from the state and the federal government here in Redington Beach. We don't qualify. So for us, it's more important to encourage the dunes, the planting of the dunes, and try to help that, because we all know that the dunes, they keep the sand and they stop the water from, the surge from getting out into the houses on the beach and the full community.
Right, okay. So I have one final question for you. The Ready for 100 program is a national Sierra Club campaign to help municipalities transition to 100% renewable energy by 2050. Would you support the town's participation in the Ready 100 program?
I am not familiar with the Ready 100 program. I believe renewable energy is the way to go. I've looked into it for my personal home and the two homes that I built. I know that North County, I have a son who's works for the property appraiser, and North County residents alone are ahead of South County on this issue. I would love to look at it and see how it would fit for Redington Beach. I believe that, less regulation. We're all for less regulation. So, but at the same time, when we're spending taxpayers' dollars on infrastructure and items as you're talking about, I think that we all have to work together and find solutions that are responsible for everyone.
Great. Well, thank you so much for answering our questions tonight. At this moment, I'd like to go ahead and offer you 2 minutes to give a closing statement.
Oh, perfect. Well, I would like to thank the League of Women Voters for this opportunity to get my views out there and communicate to the residents. I have my wife and myself have lived in Redington Beach since 1999. I have 5 kids, a teacher, one in the Navy, a daughter at UCF, and my 2 sons were lucky enough to come back and buy a house in Redington Beach after college. I've served for 14 years as a commissioner in Redington Beach. I think I've been very successful. A lot of projects we have had here have been pushed forward. I believe I'm very hands-on when it comes to my my ability to help the residents. I spend a lot of time in people's backyards and in their homes, just listening to their problems and trying to find the solutions. I'm running for mayor because I have both the knowledge and the experience to be successful at the job. And I look at it as a job. I think it's a job that you do every day, and it requires work and it requires hard work. Again, I've been successful at the town. I love this town. I've been involved with the RBPOA, Santa's Angels, not just paying the dues, but actually hauling the tables and setting up the Christmas lights. My family and myself, especially when the kids were small, found working with Santa's Angels an unbelievable, rewarding experience. Delivering Christmas to families throughout Pinellas County, I think they do just a fabulous job. The scholarship committee in Redington Beach is hugely successful, and we've supported them and actually benefited from it with 5 kids. Besides that, Redington Beach is a great place to live. I owe a lot to the town, raising successful children here, and I want to give back as much as I possibly can to the city that I care so much about. Again, I'd like to show my appreciation to the Florida League of Cities for this opportunity.
Hey, Fred, thank you so much for participating. On behalf of the League of Women Voters for St. Petersburg area, I appreciate your enthusiasm and your dedication and your participation in this forum tonight. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Ken. I appreciate it.
All right. Now, in closing, I'd like to remind you of a few upcoming election deadlines. You have to register to vote on or before February 4th. Please refer to the website for the League of Women Voters St. Petersburg area for information on how and where to register. Please register now to vote by mail. If you do request a mail-in ballot, we strongly encourage you to request as soon as possible and to return it well before the mail-in deadline. You can request a mail-in ballot anytime between now and February 27th. There are no early voting sites for this election. Election day is on March 9th and it ends at 5 p.m. A recording of this forum is available for viewing on the League of Women Voters St. Petersburg area Facebook page and on our YouTube channel, and it'll be up and available until Election Day. On behalf of the League of Women Voters St. Petersburg area, my name is Ken Reed. I've been your moderator tonight. It's been a pleasure to introduce our local candidates for you. Go out and vote. Thank you very much.